Hello traders, welcome to our webinar on this Monday evening here on Eastern Standard Time. If you're on New York time, it's about 8 p.m. And what other time it may be where you live, anywhere in this world of ours. We do have Dan, Jimmy, Roger, and Tom are on here from AITG. And I see we've got some other members here. I see Norman Roy on here. I think he's new today. I see Lawrence. I see Michael. It looks like we're going to have a good webinar this evening. So I do want to remind you, if you have any questions along the way, you can click that little hand signal by your name there, and that'll let us see that you've got a question, and then you can type a question, or we can unmute your mic and let you speak. Normally you type your question, and then when we get to the end, we'll open the mics. We might even open up the mics early and let everybody talk if they have a question. So we do want to make sure that we communicate well. Feel free to communicate. We're here for you. And let me start off with my obligatory 60-second disclaimer just to get it out of the way. Number one, we are not licensed financial advisors or broker dealers. We do not tell you when or what to buy or sell. We develop trading software which allows you to conveniently manage multiple trades simultaneously, both on an individual pair basis as well as on an overall account equity basis. Our trading systems allow you to set the criteria you want for entering and exiting trades. Number two, do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Number three, we do not guarantee consistent pips or that anyone can make money with no effort. We are not selling the Holy Grail. Number four, every system can have winning and losing streaks. Number five, money management plays a large role in the results of your trading. For example, lot size, account size, broker leverage, and broker margin call rules all have an effect on results. Also, your take profit and stop loss settings for individual pair trades and for overall account equity have a major impact on results. If you are new to trading and do not understand these items, then we recommend you go to babypips.com and study there for a while and then come back to us. Okay, do you see my screen here? It says Automated Intelligent Trading Group. This is our website. I wanted to just review this real briefly for everybody because people may come to this main screen and they may not realize what all is here and where to get to it. For one thing, this members room, if you click on member, this is a home page. Click on members room and you get a drop down with a couple lines on it. Live online room. These are videos. Live online room. The live one is like the one we're doing tonight. If you click on this line, it'll be the most recent one. And then after that most recent one has passed, like the next day, then it'll be in this list that says past free webinars. And there's these past webinars that we've recorded like we're doing tonight. And we have done a lot of recordings on the dashboard and the inputs. So those of you that may be newer, this is a place where you can go and watch those. You want to make sure and watch those. Now, in addition to that, just at the regular home, and then you go to products, you come down and hit the starter package, click that. And this gives you the details of what's in your starter package. But you scroll on down, and you will notice there's a bunch more videos. Here's the Haas trading system training video. And then there's 7 more videos, and these are not long, 20 minutes or less. Dashboard part 1, dashboard part 2, dashboard part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, part 7. You want to make sure you watch these. This is all in here for your training. And then on top of all of that, we have these rooms that we do every Monday and Wednesday night, and we're recording those. Okay, so I wanted to show that to you. And let's see, go back to here, scroll down to here. I'm gonna go back here again. Well, I'm trying to get to the link to Forex Factory.
Go to home.
Yeah,
go to home page.
That's right. That's go to home down. Go down. Of course, this opening video is quite Amazing. You come through, read this about AITG. Future promotional items, just real briefly. Well, let me do this first. If you go down to the bottom, this from the home page, you get all the way to the bottom. We also have a Forex Factory page. Forum. And most of you are probably familiar with that, www.forexfactory.com. And we're in the commercial section. But we have a link to it right here. You click there, and that takes you over to our Forex Factory in the forum. See, we're in forums, and there you'll have a lot of the same information that's on the website, but we sometimes have some additional information here that'll be interesting for you to read. So we want, and some of these videos will be on here as well. We want to let you know how to get to all of our information.
We also post some of our testing results on the forum also.
Yes, there is a place. Yes, that's correct. See, here's a setup and results video right here. That one would not be on the website itself. So you want to get in the habit of looking at us on our website as well as our Forex Factory forum. Like, here's some more results here. More results. More. So that'll change virtually on a daily basis, at least several times a week.
And so we encourage y'all as you you don't have to, but we encourage to share your results with us and with the rest of the community, just to see how you guys are doing.
Yeah, you can post on here.
Go all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, go back down to the bottom here.
Of the second page. You got to go to the last page all the way at the bottom. Right there. Apply the thread over on the right-hand side, Dan.
Yeah, reply to the thread. You could click right here, put in your results. If you did a test or have something you want to say, you could put it right there. As well as you can always email us at info@inteltrade.net. That's our email. Okay. I think that's about what I wanted to show right now, Roger.
Okay. Let me take the screen back from you and we'll get started with some pretty cool setup here. Let me see. Take the screen back.
We're not going to go through the details of the dashboard and the charts again as far as the trading system, because we've done that many times and it's in those videos. So you want to make sure that you see those.
Okay. You guys see my screen? Hey, what we're going to do at this time, guys, it's only 3 of y'all here. We're going to open up the mics and let you join in the conversation. So if you got mics, it's how long an introduction, if you don't mind.
Lawrence Stephen here.
How you doing, Lawrence?
Where are you from?
I'm from Victoria, Australia.
Awesome.
Welcome.
We have an old friend of ours from Australia.
Yes.
Norman, Roy, do you have is your mic working?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? All right, welcome. And Michael Bellamy, do you have a mic? Maybe Michael doesn't have a mic tonight. Okay.
Well, it's lit up, but he may not. I don't know.
I think last time he didn't have a mic. That's okay. So we're going to be able to do a little improv tonight. Like Dan said, our prior webinars, we've gone through the process of the setup and of the dashboard, and then the trading system. Tonight, I want to spend some time going through what I started at this test. I'm going to show you here in a minute. Last night, this is all default except for one little caveat. I'm going to go through the pairs one at a time, and it'll be fairly quickly. It's not going to take forever to do this, but I want to identify, going through the pairs, any potential weak possible trades and alleviate that from my basket tonight. So my setup here is I'm on a 1 hour. The dashboard's on a daily. All right, so that means I have a potential of taking 28 trades, 1 pair per day. All right, so 28 maximum trades I can take today is 28 trades, as long as the trading system, the Haas trading system, comes into agreement. All right, my exit strategy is going to be using the equity lock here. Now I'm using $1 a pip, and I started this with a $1,000 account. Yesterday's result was 116 pips. And I also, this is all default here, but inside the trading system, I'm using all the default settings, and I have turned on the trailing stop loss to true, so this is another per pair basis way of getting out of an individual trade. Ultimately, my goal here is to get a basket. All right, so at get $150 or 150 pips, I'll lock in 100 pips, and then I'll immediately trail by 50. And then so I'm guaranteed at that point at least 100 pips. Not bad for night. Now, I have another setup that's identical to this that I have been posting on the Forex Factory, and I've done that, I think, 4 nights now, and that's a London session. And it's pretty much the same as this, except for I start at the open of the London session, and then I close at the end of the London session. All right, so this is a little bit different. Here's where I'm going complete broker day for, excuse me, I'm using Trader's Way, and so the broker day for me starts at 1600 Central. All right, and of course ends 24 hours later. So, let's see here. So I have my trading system is turned on to red. I have my graph open. That's set to auto, and I have basket equity lit up, and I move up my timer. The default in the timer is 2 minutes. When you go turn to open up the graph, it's default to 2 minutes, but I bump it up to 250. I'm sorry, 230. Well, I guess it doesn't do. Yeah, 250. All right. Now this graph will come on as soon as I take my first trade. And here you can see I got a light, or I got a down arrow. We'll look at this real quick to see the qualified trade here. All right, so that's a qualified trade, and we'll look at this real quickly here since we're here. Now, what I like to do is I want to look at this chart here, this U.S. Swiss at 1,000-foot level. So I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to see where the overall big trend is. All right. So this guy's been trending up. I have a rule of thumb here, something that I observed a long time ago in Forex trade and trading these charts, is that you usually get you can see right here, you have a ranging period or a consolidation. All right. And after that consolidation, here's another one right here. There's a little bit of, there's one right here. Basically, that's when your price action is pretty much going sideways. You want to stay away from those. And that's what we're looking for tonight. We don't want to get into any trade, any pair that could be going into a consolidation, because what will happen is you'll get whiplashed. It will eat you up, buzzsaw, chew you up, and spit you out. But when price action comes out of a consolidation period, it's going to either trend up or trend down. So usually, there's usually 2 legs of a trend up, sometimes 3 before it goes into the next consolidation. So you can see right here, you got a trend up, you got your pullback, and if we were to fib this out, that's probably close to a 618. And then you got another leg up, and then you got a bigger pullback. That's probably that's almost 100% pullback there. And then you got another little consolidation period right here, and then it continue up, a consolidation period, and then another leg up. So the 10,000-foot look here, the zoom out look, is I want to identify the overall big trend. So I can see that's still trending up. plenty of room to go up. So I'm going to go back down to my 10-foot level. Now, the setup here is that this trade will take when price action here breaks the breakout line in accordance with the Haas trend. So we're trending, we have a red Haas, that means shorts, and price broke to the short side. So I'm going to take this trade. Oh, arrow, what was that? So I'll turn that on. That arrow will come back here in a minute. Let's see. Oh, yep, see, it did. Took the trade. Now, as Dan said in our disclaimer here, I'm not telling you guys to trade this. Okay, I'm not telling you that you need to take that trade right now. I'm just telling you that I took this trade. All right, I'm sharing with you my trading experience, and that's all it is.
Start off on your demos.
Yes, please start off on your demos. Unless you're really familiar with this type of trading, start off with your demos. All right, so let's go. Let's start at the top here, and we'll zoom out real quick. All right, so this is a nice long trend. Look at that, nice long trend down. But we hit some support area, major support right here. Long-term support. So Dan, what do you think? Should you think we can get anything on the short side of that?
Now it looks like it should bounce up.
Yep. So I'm going to play it smart on this guy here. Zoom back in, and I'm going to look. Now this is we got a 24-hour period here. I'm going to play the upside. So I'm going to come up to my dashboard here. I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to go to the blue BS button, and I'm going to click it once for a buy. I'm only looking for buys. Now,
So BS is buy and sell.
that's correct. I was going to tell them it doesn't mean the other BS. It means buy and sell. All right. So you click it twice, you got to sell. If you click it 3 times, you got a no trade. Click it 4 times, it takes you back to the blue BS. So we're only looking for longs on this guy. Next one. Zoom out. Yeah, and I like going out all the way as much as negative clicks I can get. I want to see the overall big picture here. All right, so right now price is in between. It's right there in between a 220, 30 pip ranging, big ranging period, which is fine. So let's zoom back in. And I'm gonna leave this one alone. I'm gonna let this I'm gonna let the trading system dictate to me on that guy. Aussie yen. All right, looks like we got the beginning of an uptrend here. A little bit of a pullback, leg up. Could be going sideways there a little bit. Yeah, some consolidation there. What would you say?
Haas is flat. Haas is flat.
Yep, Haas is flat. So this is a tough call here. So I'm going to revert to my old one of my old adages, and that is, when in doubt, Charlie out. In other words, don't play it. So the Aussie yen, I'm going to turn off. I'm not going to even turn this on. And again, if you guys like what I do, you're more than free to copy my methodology here. But you know, you make your own calls here. Aussie Naz. Oh. All right. If we go to a higher time frame here, yeah, we still got some room down. There's some support.
Roger, we got a
Yes,
new
sir.
member on board. New member.
Okay. Welcome. I can't pronounce. Can you pronounce your name for me?
Mr. Nontasso?
Nantasso. How do you pronounce your first name, sir? All right. All right, so I already zoomed on this guy here, and what was it? I got distracted here. All right. What do you think, Dan? Should we look for just a long on this guy?
Well, you're on an hourly chart now. Still been coming down. It looks like it's continued to go down if you go back and shrink it up again. Still going down.
Yeah, but look at this. Look at this support we're right at right now.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta remember, guys, when you never want to worry about what's ahead of you. Look behind you, because that's going to tell you if you're coming up with any roadblocks, any supply, or not supply and demand, but support and resistance. And there's some support right here, right in the middle of it. So
You take a long only.
I'm going to take a long only. I think that's the wise thing to do. So on the Aussie NAS, we'll go long only. Aussie US. That's some ranging right there. But since it is, let's see, 76 pips, range in the channel, sideways motion. If it's going to break, it's going to break up. It's already, Haas is already going up. So I'm going to take a long only on this.
What he's showing you guys is how you can use some manual analysis to try to improve your odds.
Right, too.
Overall outcome.
A little bit, yep. I mean, you could just turn all the pairs on, just hit all 28 and let the trading system, and you know what? It does a very good job.
It does, yeah.
I like to increase my odds, though. So, plus, I just like fiddling around. I like looking at charts. All right, this next one. Trend up. A little bit of a pullback. Yeah, it's going sideways.
Haas is flat.
Mm-hmm. I would say, since it is a trend up, I think that I will stay with the long only on this one. If you guys got any questions, don't feel free to stop us and ask away. CAD yen. It's probably going to be about the same as the last one. Yep. I think I'm going to let this one, let the trading system take this one. Potential for a nice pullback there. Swiss yen. That's another one I'll let the system work. All right, so we got a nice trend up, got a pullback. Looks like we got a trend reversal here. I say that because we got a trend down, a pullback, and continuation. Now, the funny thing about trends, you can, depends on what hour chart, or what chart you look at, what time frame, and how much you zoom in and out will determine where the trend is. If we were to go to a weekly chart or a daily chart, that's a solid trend up, isn't it? If you drop down to a 15-minute chart, look at that. A little bit of a consolidation period.
Choppy.
So what's important here? Oh, go ahead, Dan.
I was going to say, what about the 4 hour? It's always good to look at if you're doing this.
Well, I want to stay away from going to too many time frames. You need to maintain consistency in what the picture is that you're looking at. And since our system is on a 1 hour, stick with the 1 hour as much as you can as far as identifying the trend. So let's zoom back in. And I'm gonna let this one, let the trading system determine.
Mm-hmm. It'll take a long if it breaks up.
Mm-hmm. All right. Looks like it's a little bit of a pullback. Little sideways action there. I think I'm gonna let this one go, Dan.
Yep, it's right in the middle.
Euro Swiss. It's a nice trend up. Again, got some sideways motion here.
If it breaks on down, that Haas will turn red.
Yeah, if see if how many pips we gotta go. 3 pips. I mean, yeah, this is the.
Oh, there's not much there at all. Is
Yeah. Well, here's the good thing. If price breaks this right here, it's not going to take a trade unless you get a confirmed red Haas. And I don't think you're going to get a red Haas in 3 pips. So let's play it safe. All right. Euro pound. And we got some support here. And so I'm going to be looking for an up. I mean, we can leave this alone, guys, but if price action comes down, and we saw that we had some support to the left, price action comes down, takes the trade, and all of a sudden, yep, there's support there, and it starts going back up. Now we're caught in a negative trade there. So my instinct says play it long. Euro yen. Tell you what, last night it was clear as day. There was no decision. It was just, as soon as you looked at the chart, you saw what was happening with the direction you needed to go. Tonight we got a lot of sideways motion here. Now slow uptrend. Got a big pullback from yesterday. I'm gonna leave this one alone. Let it go. Euro NAS. This might be, I don't know. For me, it's just exciting to go through charts. I hope you're not being bored with this, but you know, I'll show you my results from last night one more time, so it might motivate you to maybe try this. I don't know. Downward trend, pulled back, and it's going down again. So let this one roll.
When you say let it roll, you mean turn it on and just let the system do it.
That's correct. Let the system take my direction. Yep, same thing here. Yeah, it's getting easier here.
Hey, Roger.
Yes, sir.
I was going to ask a question. In determining your direction, do you take a lot into consideration, like hot news going on with the impact, let's say, of a particular region that may be at war or something, you know, technical analysis that you take into consideration?
Well, anyway, yeah, you know, you have to a point. Let me just say this, you know, the only news event that I stay away from is the non-farm, the first Friday of every month. That historically is one of the biggest mover and shakers in the monthly cycle of news events.
Oh, okay.
And you know, anyone who's traded for a while, whether in the stock market or in the forex or any type of market, you know that it is emotional driven. You know, and there's nothing you can't control emotions, but what you can control is what you're looking at. And this is the process, and why I'm doing what I'm doing is to further aid the trading system in making the right choice by putting some human eyes and applying some common sense to it. You know, like we saw, we were at some resist or some support levels. Well, we know that prices are going to bounce off that and go up, and vice versa with resistance. So, you know, play it smart and take that one possible direction. But as far as news events and what's going on in the world, you know, that changes every day. World events, and so you would drive yourself crazy, I think, if you became Dan, what do you call it, a news trader? You would become an emotional wreck. You used to trade news, didn't you, Dan?
Yeah.
Hello, Dan.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm sure. No, I never traded the news, but I can imagine it being an emotional wreck. You know, you're sitting there biting your fingernails at the news event, hoping it's going to go in the direction that you want. So anyway, yeah, we're going to let this one go. Take the direction. It's definitely going to go long. Pound CAD. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Dan, you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Thought I lost my wingman there for a minute.
I had to make a pit stop.
Oh yeah. Hey, well, you know, sometimes you got to pull over for those pit stops, right? All right, we got some sideways movement here, but it's kind of a weak trend up. But that must have been a news event here. What is this? The pound CAD? Yep. This is that down. 160 pip, 3 hours, 4 hours.
Probably going to retrace it.
Yeah, I would say I would agree with that. We're going to let that one go too. This one should be fairly easy. Yep. Now, I call this. Now, this is just my personal call. You know, I can say I coined this. But when you zoom out on a chart and you see that price is above the last high and there's nothing higher to the left, I call that an all-time high. Is it really an all-time high? We don't know, because we can't see it further left unless we, of course, went to a higher time frame, but then that changes the dynamics of the chart. So with that being said, is it possible it can go up more? Yep, very possible. But what are the odds? You're going to get a retracement first. And we haven't had any major retracement yet. So I'm going to say there's a retracement coming. And look at that. Look what price is in accordance with the Haas. It's getting ready to bounce below the Haas. Actually, it did bounce. It's bouncing right below the Haas, right on top of it right now. So I'm going to play this short only. Does it make sense, Dan?
Yeah.
Speak to me, Goose.
I see it. I see it.
All right. Here's the pound yen. Okay, nice trend up. We got our pullbacks, or roughly 618s, and it looks like, according to this pattern, it's right for another pullback. So what would you do here, Dan, my friend?
Well, I would let I'd let it go and let it trade itself on that one. If it goes short right now, the Haas doesn't have agreement, so it's not going to take a short. And until that Haas turns.
Right.
And if it does go up, by the time it gets up to that green line, the Haas is already going to be moving up in blue, and it'll
Mhm.
take it. It'll take it long.
Let me point this out because this is an important feature about this trading system here. The reason why we use such a slow Haas, the 28212, is because we're using this as our trend identifier. Okay, our entry is actually the breakouts in accordance with the Haas, the color of the Haas, long or short, which you can see on this long trend here. Let's zoom out once. You had multiple. Now these breakout lines adjust. These breakout lines are based on the last high and the last long and last short fractals, Williams fractals. And without going into the in-depths of the Williams fractals, you can Google that and learn about it. But so what this does is there was probably a Williams fractal here. So this is where the last breakout line was. And then back here. And then back here.
So during that long blue trend, you had several breakouts up and a pullback, breakout up and a pullback, breakout up and a pullback, and every one of those breakouts up was another trade.
That's right. That was my point here. So there's 56 pips or 54 pips. And then there was another 53 pips and 27 pips. So the point we're trying to make here is on any one long trend, you have multiple opportunities for getting in positions there.
And the software will trade every one of them.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna let this ride, right, Dan?
Yep.
All right, next one, PANAZ. See, look at this nice long trend up here. All these opportunities for positions there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like about 2 weeks.
Yep. Plenty of opportunity there. So we got this is a pullback here. I'm gonna say let this thing ride and take the short. Let me pips. We got 30 pips. Yeah, the house can change in 30 pips. So we'll let this one ride. Next one. Well, if we were to fib this out, that's probably about not even a 5-0 pullback. But now it's trending back up. Sometimes they're not as easy as it seems. Now, it's pretty parabolic from here to the last low here to the Haas, about 50 pips. Well, this one here, Dan, I think we're just gonna have to let it ride.
Yeah, when it's not clear, if it's not real clear positively or real clear negatively, let it ride. Let the system trade it. You're looking for some clear knockouts is what you're doing. Looking for.
Yeah, we want to find something that, and I don't think we really we came across that one that we're not trading that was clearly in a ranging period. So the primary purpose of this exercise here, the primary purpose is to identify a ranging period and don't be playing that. That will bite you. All right, let's zoom out here. Like right here. This is 180 pip. Yeah, but it's sideways. Trend is down. I mean, look at this. We got 1, 2, 3, about 3.5 days here of just sideways. Now, when I'm saying sideways, I'm looking at the pattern of the Haas. The pattern of the Haas, and here's another thing, guys. I'm sure we talked about it in our videos. So what's the beauty thing about this Haas? The Haas is an average of multiple MAs. So it's an average of an average of MAs. And if you know anything about moving averages, the lower the numbers, the faster it is, the closer it gets to price. And I'll give you an example here. If we were to, now the method, your method, you got 4 methods, 0 through 3. And you can learn about those, but we keep method 2, which is exponential, right, Dan?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Just
But
leave
the
it
period, yeah, but the period is your speed. So if we go down to let's say a 2.324, look at how this Haas changes. Your MA period or your MA period just speeds up. Now you're looking at that, you say, wow, that looks pretty easy to trade right there. Yep, that's good. But you have, the faster the MA, the more opportunities you have. See that green or the blue Haas right there? All right. And you got more of these little periods right here that will whipsaw you. So through our testing, we determined that the 2.8, 2.12, it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys remember the old story of Goldilocks and the 3 bears, where you had 3 bowls of porridge. One was too hot, one was too cold, and the middle one was just right. Well, we found the 2.8, 2.12 to be that middle one that's just right. Just to share a little fairy tale with you.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome, Dan. So now you can sleep better tonight, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So did I make my point with the Haas? Oh, and also the Haas, as this trend gets stronger, you notice that the candles of the Haas get larger, and then when it starts weakening, so do the candles. So it's another good indicator here to see that that your trend is starting to weaken and turn. All right. So what'll be determined here, Dan? Yep. Take it down.
Well, it's
Don't
been
let,
cycling, so you let it ride.
Yep, let it ride. Now Swiss. Okay, look at that. There's a prime example. All right, before we even zoom out, you see about a day and a quarter of sideways movement here. Nice trend up, but now it's in a ranging period. Here's kind of a ranging period right here. Even though some people might call that a pullback, I would call that a range. About 3 days worth, 39.40 pips. So let's see, let's go all the way out and see what our big picture shows us. What do you think, Dan?
On this one, if it's right in the middle, and you let it ride.
Yeah, but it's starting a ranging period. Let's look at the, see if we can
Flat.
identify a
Flat right now.
some of these pairs, the characteristics of these pairs, when they get into a ranging period, they'll stay flat for a couple of days, and just whipsaw the heck out of you. I'm tending to shy to say no to this one, so I'm gonna leave this one turned off. Man. That's just my call. All right, here's another one. Now we're hitting some resistance right here. So, but it could go up. I'm gonna let this one ride. Let the trading system dictate to me. Oh, no, that guy. NAS US. All right, we're almost done, fellas.
You do have some angle to your Haas, so that's a benefit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, this is another iffy here. I'm gonna roll the dice on this and let the trading system dictate. You know, a lot of time. I don't know how long some of you guys have been trading. I've been trading about 15, 16 years. And I think between the staff, we probably got about 75 years experience between us. And sometimes it's just gut feeling. You know, you got to look at your charts, look at your patterns, look at technicals, and it's, you know, overall bottom line at the end of the day, sometimes it's gut. And look at that. That's some beautiful consolidation here. I would say there's a major pullback coming. So there's not going to be any. Let's zoom out one more time. Yeah, we can get a pullback and then continue on, or it could just break out and continue on. So we're going to let the trading system determine. Oh, what did I do? All right, we already looked at the U.S. Swiss, and the last one is U.S. yen. Now, normally, you know, I'm doing this a little bit slow, guys, because I want to make sure you guys are seeing this and any questions. But normally, you know, when I do this by myself and I'm not illustrating or demonstrating, it goes by really quick. I go through this in about 15 minutes. This is a nice one right here. Look at that. That's a no-brainer. Where's that going, Dan?
Down.
South. South to the border. So we'll turn that one on. And there you have it, guys. So we got 24 possibilities. We're in one, but we got 24 possibilities to make 150 pips in order to lock in 100. So what is that? I don't have my calculator, but so that's what? About 12, 13 pips, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't that. About 6, 7 pips each on average. But we know that not all these are going to trade tonight. They could, but the odds are they won't. Last night I think I had. In fact, let's look at that right now, real quickly here. Let's go to. Oh. Hang on a second here. I know you. All right, Dan, you see my screen?
I see a river.
All right, you saw a river.
Now I see our website.
Yeah, I just want to go to Forex Factory. Look at the results.
Post your results on there. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I just don't remember how many trades I actually got into last night. Okay, here's my trades from last night. This is what we just went through. And you can see last night I only had one trade turned off, so I had 27 possibilities.
Can you make it go full screen?
Well, I will when I get to the ones I really want to illustrate. But
Okay.
Got into some trades here. This was so you know you can always see that you start getting into the trades, and as you take more trades, you got some drawdown. But you just got to be patient. It comes back to you. Now this was before I locked in. Already closed some pairs. Some trades were already closed. I had 129 pips in the bank, but minus my 70 that was on the current basket. It left my basket equity was 59 pips. All right. So now how do I close it? All right, we go right there. And later on the night, things kicked in. This was probably what time? No, this is early in the mid-morning this morning. I locked in there. Look at that. Locked in 115 pips. So I was trailing by 50. Do the math there. You see I was trailing by 50. And at that point, I've taken a total of 14 trades.
And if you look at your pair list, you had one pair you knocked out totally, and then the several pairs you defined a direction.
Mm-hmm. And let's see how many of those that I defined direction actually took.
I say 3 of them did
One,
not take.
only one of them that I defined direction took, but that's okay. So you can see right here, gentlemen, that you don't need to trade all 28. It's nice to get them all, but again, one of the dangers in trading, no matter what it is you're trading, what kind of market, is market exposure. So, you know, you got short-term, you got long-term traders. I like the short-term. I like the hit-and-run tactic. I like to get in at the beginning of the broker day, get some pippage, and get out. Limit my exposure time to the market, because you never know when something emotional can happen in the world, and then your world turns upside down as far as your trading is concerned. And here was my results when I closed, 116 pips. That wasn't bad.
No, not bad at all.
14 pairs trading. That's pretty good.
That's in the day.
Yeah, it's about 11 pips. 11 pips a trade on average. That's just the average. I'm sure some of them pulled more than others. All right. So hey, so what do you guys think? You guys got any comments or on what we've talked about so far?
Yeah, we're about 50 minutes in.
Go ahead, Lawrence. You got this. Your mics are open, so you're welcome to speak. You can unmic yourself and speak.
Oh, I just want to talk over the top of you. That's all.
Oh no, go ahead. Yeah.
I have 2 questions actually.
Sure.
First question: I noticed when you were showing which ones to turn off and which ones to turn on, that your Huss was 1820. Is that what you had on that test run or not?
The Haas setting?
Yes. 1620.
Oh, 1620.
Yeah. So,
whoa, hang on
so
a second.
you're making all your decisions
yeah, this
there.
is no, hang on.
20.
No, yeah, they are. I changed it. Yeah. Let me correct myself, Lawrence. The default is 8 and 12. All right.
Yep.
On this test, on the London test that I'm doing, it's all default. This one here, I slowed the Haas down a little bit more. So this test is correct as far as you're right. It is 1620. Now I got to go back and find that pair that I changed to the default. Oh boy, I'll have to go. I'll go through that later and find it. But yeah, that is correct. This one is. But you know, you guys, we tested this, and you know, we gave you some default settings. You know, middle of the road, but you have the luxury to experiment on a demo, or if you want live, that's your choice. But you have so much flexibility with this, so much opportunity. So don't feel that you have to stick with the default. You know, if you really wanted to optimize this, you can go through each pair and mess with the Haas setting and try to form fit it to each pair if you want. So, you had another question, Lawrence?
Yes. I see your equity lock is 150, 100. If you wanted to sort of, I mean, it's up to, of course, every individual. I would have had that at 150, 140. So once I got to 150, I would be quite happy to grab my pips and run.
Bo?
That's your choice.
That's your choice. And let me share with you my thinking on this. By giving myself some breathing room, it's kind of like looking at, you know, looking at a single pair here. When you do a trail lock, you want to try to capture as much as possible, you know. So you want to optimize your trail lock so you get over some of these pullbacks without getting stopped out. So that's my thinking, and you know, that is a good strategy too. If you're happy with, you know, at 150 locking in 140 and trail by 10, that works too.
And you know, Lawrence, on that subject, inside the dashboard inputs, you actually have 3 levels of trail you can set on that equity.
Yeah, that's
See.
I was going to show them that.
You gotta let it start out wide, and then as it gets higher, you make it narrow, and it gets higher profit and narrower yet. See,
Yep.
there are three spots there.
So right, so you can say this, Lawrence. You can say, okay, 150 lock in the 100, trail by 50. All right, and then you could go to a second equity target, say at 180. Now our gap is 50 pips. So at 180, you can maintain, maybe open it up a little bit more with a 60 pip gap. And then on the third target, say at 200, then you close it up to 180 or close it up to 190. You know, that's, again, like I said, there's so many variables and so many different strategies you can do with this that, you know, we'd be having webinars 24/7 just to go through them all the variables.
You will find that on the equity graph, it's not uncommon for it to go up and down quite a bit. You know, I mean, it's normally not real smooth. It'll go up, and then some trades will pull back, and it'll pull back. It's kind of bouncy. So that's
Well,
why.
it all depends on.
I was only
Go ahead.
thinking on the hit and run point of view. So
Yeah.
make sure you get your pips, and then because I've seen the equity lock not actually work when it bounces right down so quickly that it can't capture it, and you lost maybe 100 pips just like in a second.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, especially if you're in the middle of a news event, you know, and
Yeah.
that's just one of the things with trading. You know, anything in life, there's always going to be pitfalls, and so. But yeah, that's one way to get around it. I totally agree with you on that.
Pitfalls is a good pun there.
Right.
Definitely. But you know what? If you think about it, Lawrence, we tend to trade in accordance to our personality. And you know, for me, my personality is I'm pretty colorful, pretty bold, and even though I want to think conservatively, I want to trade conservatively, but I also like to ride that edge a little bit too sometimes, you know. So, you know, again, it's how long have you been trading for, Lawrence?
Oh, probably relative to the group of your group up over there. Not long. I've only been trading Forex about 2 years.
That's good.
Before that,
That's
about
long enough, you know?
a year's worth of bad binary option trading.
Oh. So you learned your lesson there.
Well, put it this way, my cupboard hasn't got many shirts left.
Well, are you in a warm part of Australia?
No, well, it's supposed to be moderate here in Victoria. But
Okay.
it's been quite warm autumn this year. We're in the autumn now. I think you call it fall in America.
Yep, that's correct. We in fact, we're in springtime here, and we still got snow on the ground. I'm in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We still have about 5 inches of snow.
Well, here it's dry as a bone, and you couldn't even put a fork in the dirt here. So.
All right. Hey, just for everyone else, I don't know if you know, and to each their own. Some people like to talk, some people don't, and that's okay. You know, we're all individuals, but if you want to share at these webinars, you don't have a mic. You know.
I've got a few questions.
Yeah, sure.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, Norman.
Yeah, we hear you.
I'm a Canadian. I'm originally from Edmonton, Alberta, but I'm living in Brazil here for the last 17 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm in the warm part of the world right now.
Mhm.
And so,
Warm
on
and
your
sticky.
chart there, you have the Haas. Now, with MT4, are we able to throw on some other indicators on there, like the Bill Williams fractals and everything else?
Yeah, you know what? Let me just tell you this. It's safe to go and put on. In fact, let's see here.
Not that will affect the automation part of it.
Well,
Well,
let me make this point here, Dan. Any of these that come with MT4, yeah, you're okay to put those on there. All right. but to put on a coated, an outside sourced Indy on top of this. I had this question earlier today with another customer, and bottom line, we can't guarantee that the coating won't clash with the coating of the trading system. We have had trading systems before that we put other Indies on just to experiment and mess around, and it affects the performance of the trading system.
Yeah, because like there's some EAs out there that'll draw these support and resistance lines for you, which actually come in pretty handy. Actually.
Yep. In fact, we're working on a trading system now of support and resistance. Actually, I'm big time into supply and demand, and there's some really good information videos out there in the Forex world on supply and demand. Supply and demand is a lot more accurate than your support and resistance. A lot of people think that they're the same, but they're really not. A lot of times they sometimes they line up, but these supply and demand zones are highly accurate. So
Okay, I have one other question, if I could, please. On one of the charts, you were showing a nice long uptrend with a lot of opportunities. Now, does the system reset itself? Like, let's say you have a buy, you hit your TP, you take it. Does the system reset itself, like to continue going?
Yes. So if you want to go 24/5, you just set this up and you go to the dashboard here and you make sure that that the Euro Turkey, the chart that the dashboard is on the same time frame as your charts, because what's going to happen when you take a trade, you only get this X stays here for the duration of that time period, which is a day. So if you had it on an hour, the next hour, this X goes away, and you'll be ready for another trade.
I see.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Yep.
All right.
And so if you're going to use equity lock, you can take baskets. Just make sure if you want to continue to take baskets, you just put go to profit. Make sure it says go to profit here. But for me, I want to do a one and done. I'm going to stop after one. So you click it once. You can go up to 5 baskets. So you could go twice, 3, 4, 5, and then back to go at profit.
Okay, so it just keeps resetting itself.
Yep. So yeah, you can go 24/5 with this. Not a problem. Now, yeah, it's yeah. Well, if you feel comfortable doing that, go for it.
All
I'm
right.
not saying it, in a negative or a positive way, But
I would pick your
yeah,
days, sir.
What's that, Lawrence?
I would pick my days. I've tried it out on a 24/5, and it you can't get them pretty big drawdowns.
Yep.
They're pretty scary
Yeah.
at times.
Yeah, so I just purchased the system today, so I imagine I'll be getting it tomorrow sometime. I can install it.
He will. You should have it. I would normally say you should have it tomorrow. Yeah, give us about 24 hours. At this, normally we have a really quick turnaround within a few hours.
Okay, your coder is Eugene?
Yes.
Yeah, I've gone through all of his posts when he was seller 9. He's got some good stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been with Gene for quite a few years. So yeah, he's. There's no one out there like Eugene as far as his coding ability.
Yeah, well,
I know you're getting a good product.
That's what brought me to his site, to your site, I should say, was through his threads there on Factory Forex, or Forex Factory, I should say.
Mhm.
But then you're quite familiar with the dashboard setup then.
Yeah, he had the casino one, it was called, I think.
Yeah, that was an earlier one. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we go all the way back to when it was the basket trader, which was that was before the dashboard.
Yeah, I've got his basket EA there on mine. I'm using it. It's okay. It's all right.
Hey, but again, word of warning to any new trader or any old trader is you got to put human eyes on it. Even though we advertise this as a fire and forget, but like I just demonstrated here tonight, I'm going to set myself up for success and identify, eliminate any potential issues. And now I'm going to walk away here, and I'm not going to worry about this until the morning. So.
Yeah, so it's sort of a semi-automatic system, which I think is the best. I mean, a fully automatic system, it'll never get you to where you want to go. You have to use, your own experience.
Yep, definitely.
Put into it.
Definitely.
I agree with that.
Okay, well, that's all for me. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, we're going to, if any more questions, if not, we're going to call tonight. And remember, hey, if you guys have any questions or issues, we email us at info@inteltrade.net. And if you need, I think we put this out before somewhere in our advertisement, but we offer free one-on-one webinars if you need assistance on getting set up or have any questions about our products. We're more than happy to be here on a customer service basis here for you to make your experience the best.
Free tutoring.
Free tutoring for limited time only.
By appointment. Roger always says by appointment, right, Roger?
Yeah, you got to make it. Yeah, email me and we'll make an appointment. So, all right.
What time is it over there again?
The system looks fairly straightforward. So.
It's 5 after 9 p.m. on the east and 8 p.m. in central U.S. New York time right now is 5 after 9 p.m.
Yeah, I'm a little bit ahead of you guys. I'm close to Rio de Janeiro. I think I'm about an hour ahead of New York right now.
Yeah, I think so too. Yep. All right.
Okay. Cheers.
Okay. All right. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Good night.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Michael or Natasco, I'm sorry I cannot pronounce your first name, but you guys have any questions? All right. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss everyone, and you guys have a great night. Oh. All right.